released. Because there was once we didn't make an announcement, but there were some bugs that had to be fixed and we had to delay the patching and everything as well. So this is to stop that from happening. So we do not release any dates unless we have it known set in stone. That definitely it will happen.
So it is going to be a promote Nunu, the Clarity Heimer was just changed into a teleport Heimer just at the very last second. So look at global presence to come up from Taipei Assassins. Lots and lots of teleports there being taken up.
Sorry. So the more interesting would be Heimerdinger. Everyone wants to know what Heimerdinger is playing. The hidden champion, so to speak. Wow!
Yep.
EXP bowlers actually.
I actually was expecting this, to be honest. Now, simply because they expect Heimer to be going around, to be teleporting, to be assisting, getting killed, running away, and not actually to be a permanent lane.
So I believe they just need Heimer to get the level earlier, faster. Because Heimerdinger, he really does well with the early level, so to speak. If either choose to upgrade his turrets as well as his missiles. So it's something he really needs, and as well, he doesn't need to overall that much damage because he can reduce the opponent's armor and magic resist just by using his ability where his towers, his turrets will just shoot each hit, so minusing the armor of the champion. So here's going to be a 9-0-21. Interesting pick right there, and we're just going to see how all this works out as well as the actual regeneration overall. Wow.
Now for people who are more interested in seeing how the promote strategy works, let's just look at how Nunu is going to actually do this. And it is something that Asia Major, who is also known as Hat Person in North America, had talked about this. Now, it was a strategy being used. Now, they use promote to bring down turrets very, very quickly. Upon the first siege wave that comes across, they just make the siege minion be super buff and...
super buff, or before they actually buff the minion, they make sure that they secure at least one kill in the lane. And then that will definitely make sure that the tower will go down. Another way to use it would be, you use it when when that lane is being pushed back, you clear that full wave already, and then you promote the creep, and everyone teleports to the other lane. Then that minion will just super push that lane. Do not need a champion there. It will replace the champion, and it's possible to do a 3-way push with this strategy as well. So here we see taking the mana regens actually is going to spam up quite a bit, I believe. And here we see flat armor, flat magic resist, as well as a gold %, which is quite normal. And here actually going to go for more defense. 122-7, going to be more aggressive because he goes for the defense 3 for 22 points because most importantly he needs this. The Siege Commander, where it reduces the turret's armor by 10. And that allows the AD carries or whatever out there to take it down very quickly. And here we can see, just to check, just to make sure, here we definitely in the terms of masteries, we will have Demolitionist as well. So there it goes, total damage onto the tower is going to be very high overall. And here the runes, we do see a 1% critical chance actually right here. Yes, people actually using, this is something that I do actually myself as well. It's actually quite fun to see. It's like how you're just transitioning the game back to the old ways where the masteries were at. You get 3% free critical chance, and just at 1%, and you guess in terms of fighting against the AD carry, whoever procs the critical first wins.
Yes, exactly. That's how it is going to be.
You know, sometimes when it just happens, you're like, this is it, I got the kill. It's like sometimes you have 200 HP left, a sudden critical happens, and I'm like, it's going to be like GG. You're going to have to give that up. Yes.
I mean, but after all, if you look at generally how things are going, it's going to be very interesting to see if Taipei Assassin can actually pull this off. I'm pretty sure they've been working on this strategy. Or they could be just strolling around.
No, definitely not. You see, in terms of overall pushing, not to just say Heimerdinger with turrets, the promote, Nunu can use the promote. After promoting, he can use the Blood Boy onto the Super Minion as well.
Yes, that's all.
And then Caitlyn just continues poking onto it, no problem. And Rengar is actually one of those champions who can break tower very quickly and efficiently, very easily. Once he reaches his 5 stacks, he uses his Q, the first ability, just strike it down, and once again use it one more time, the extra additional attack speed after that, just slowly poking it down. As Rengar, even without any damage at all, right now, with just that skill ability, with being full tank, you can take down towers even very quickly as well. No problem at all. So, wow, we can see right here the pings for BKT side is actually overwhelming, where we have 2 of them with 400 plus ping. Not sure why though, because the others are doing fine. So hopefully when it transitions into the game, it will be sorted out, I believe. So hopefully nothing repeats from yesterday. So we know they stay here for 25 minutes, not having any topics to talk to you about. You can stare at his boobs and whatnot.
So, in case you guys don't know, this is Steady Tibbers and this is Sona.
And we are going to move into the game.
The game right now. And we're cosplaying for Halloween. Hope you like it.
And I believe yes, it's actually
Oh,
DC
in
because
fact-
I stop moving. Yeah, because we're gonna come back to us, so you're gonna see Suna once more. Oh, the
Yes, you're going to see
horrors,
Suna out there. I just want to remind people out there that if you want to see me cosplaying as somebody else, like Miss Fortune or Caitlyn or anything of that sort, the way I'm only going to do that is if I get 200 likes on this video. So if you want to see me cosplaying as whatever else out there, 200 likes and I'll make it happen. But if I don't get 200 likes by November 1st, which it should be Wednesday, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
It should be Thursday. Thursday's the 1st.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So by Thursday, if I don't get 200 likes, I won't be cosplaying as a female character. But if you guys show me overwhelming love and get 200 likes on the video, then yeah, sure, I'll cosplay as somebody else.
And you have your Reddit and Langate posts up as well.
Oh, I have, yeah,
Nice.
people apparently created a Reddit and 9gag post for me. But I don't know, so we're going to have this Ask Me Anything side again.
So before we go into that, your questions can be stated out into IRC. Let's talk about this whole gameplay. So
Yep,
in terms
okay.
of overall pushing the towers and mobility, Lee Sin does very well. Okay, never mind. The game has actually started. Everyone's reconnecting back, hopefully. Let's wait for 5 seconds. And yes, it's 5. We'll move back into the game. So we're going to scrap out the whole discussion and AMA for right now. But we can continue on with a slight talking. We can see them actually moving very aggressively both sides. Going to try to counter jungle, I believe. We can see the ping from TPA side going to move into the opponent's Wraith area. And here BKT guarding the blue as well as just moving into the mid lane. So we're going to see whether anything happens. Jace might meet on to Caitlyn, and here we see Mundo does spot out toys. And he's just going to move back. So here we see the early wall being planted by Nuno. Here, wow,
look
steady
at
jumping
Ranga.
onto the wall. And yes, with his Bola Strike, I believe. Is it Bola Strike? Let me
Yes,
check.
it is Bola Strike, in fact.
Just a quick check. Yes, just confirm it's Bola Strike. Doing a bit of damage onto Mundo right there. And after they have water, they know what opponents are going to do, so they just move back. And same for TPA's, same for BKT side, they planted a ward onto TPA's waves as well. And here we're going to see might be a lane swap because we do see Jay staying at the bottom more often than not. And here we see a turret, and MVM is just going to try to poke it, but he loses quite a bit of health in the process as well, but does get a bit of a goal from there. So might be a good trade, might not be. So we're just going to see what
Well, it
happens.
goes, yeah.
Yes. So here, both sides, after planting the wards, actually going to be very passive, except with the exception of Rengar being over-aggressive, maybe with together with
Ranga wants
Heimerdinger.
to make something
While
work.
Rengar just dancing around with Mundo, not going to allow them to take the race for free. And this is something we see TPA been doing quite a bit, just going to deny the opponent the early waves right there, not going to give them anything. And here we see
One hit.
Toys. Oh, there's no cleaver. It took.
It's burning agony.
Burning
In fact,
agony
oh, but
instead.
look at this. Toys could possibly go down right here.
No, definitely will not go down because he still can flash away. If he does use his flash, then he will just jump onto him and then they will bring him down together. And so it's just going to be a few trades right here. Katarina against Heimerdinger in mid. Interesting play out. And here top would be Ezreal and Sona against Rengar. And here we see finally Mundo, BKT Matt getting his waves but losing half his HP already from that.
I mean, it's definitely not going to go in the favor of Bangkok Titans initially here. The disturbance from the side of Taipei Assassins was really, really well. And just look at things. He's already forced to use his spot. He does get a lot of help from Ezreal and Sona. But look at the bottom. Caitlyn and Nuno is having free farm. They just get to do whatever they want down in the bottom lane.
I
And
would
that
say
spells trouble simply because of the promote. When that does happen, the lane is really going to be pushed in the favor of Taipei Assassins. And we're just waiting for the Siege Minion to come out here. We're just
definitely.
waiting.
There's nothing much Jace can do in the early levels against this aggression. And here you can see the pokes going off. And wow, look at everything being thrown onto SKLZ's skills. I believe that's how we pronounce right there.
Yep.
Nothing much you can do. And here's Stanley being babysitted by Little Boss. And the missing shot does spot him. The Boss strike goes down. And there goes the bind. And he runs into the brush.
Oh,
and we have
the
not
stun.
quite a choice, but he uses his flash to get away.
I mean, so the flashes are down on top now, and look at this. Toy is actually managing to push Leah all the way back into her turret range. Now, how often do you see Heimerdinger do that? Simply with his turrets, he's able to siege out there to prevent a lot of area denial, to be honest. And there's nothing much that Katrina can do, not at the early levels, simply because she can't shump around the turrets.
And here we see just by almost 4 minutes, taking down almost quarter health onto the opponent's turret at the bottom lane.
Yeah.
And here we see right there, there's nothing much Katarina is taking hits, trading hits. And this is why Toy's proving that he's not only good in champions that are well played, I would say, in this current meta,
Unconventional
but
things.
unconventional
Yep.
picks also he will be able to perform very well. And here Rengar also
But
a strong champions against 2v1 lanes.
To be honest, I really like what's happening on top. Rengar is not getting all that much harass in now on the side that Sona and Ezreal are managing to poke him out. The creep wave is going into turrets. The turret is taking damage, so it is going in somewhat of a favor for the top and bottom lane on the different teams. Just like in the middle, it's going to Heimer's favor for now. Perhaps a gang by Mundo could definitely assist out in, Katrina helping to snowball, but as the thing drags on, now James will be able to hold his own slightly more, but with Lee Sin now being at the bottom, Lee Sin could come in and for a potential gank and end it all, but yes, that's what he's going to be doing. Will it connect? Yes, the resonating strike does connect, but he's not actually going to go in for the flying kick to the face.
There's no reason to be so aggressive right there. Just need to slowly poke and chip himself down, and they will be able to get the tower much more easily, I would say.
Yeah.
And I would say that it's actually more in the favor of TPA in terms of defending the towers. You can see Stanley's will have no problem hitting health and doing the harassment, as you saw right there, instantly taking down Ezreal to a lot of health. And here, you see, as you mentioned, the mid lane gang happens, and here there goes
First
the first blood.
I like the fact that now, you see, this is what I was talking about. The Mundo gang needed to come in there to shut down Heimerdinger. That's what happened, and now it's going to go in slightly into the favor of Bangkok Titans because they have two lanes winning out here, which is the top lane and the mid lane, simply by being harassed. However, the bottom lane is being poked with every single wave it's coming in, it's being poked, so I don't know how much more the bottom lane can actually take out of it. Now, Leah, why? What are you doing, Leah? Chomping around, Matt is coming in, possibly going to do something to Lil Balls out there, but nope, deciding not to do anything out there. It's quite interesting that the Muay Thai Lee Sin, which is traditionally known for the Thai scene for Bangkok, instead being used by the Taipei Assassin.
I suppose. Here you can see Stanley just taking hits but not needing to leave the tower at all because he does have his ability to sustain back.
Yeah, it was just
of his maximum health. But it's actually going to fall back. Because the minions are a bit pushed out, he is fine to fall back. And you can see here, Caitlyn actually teleporting to the mid lane. Wow, they're actually going to instantly change the lanes and push into the mid lane instantly right there.
This is why they have two teleports.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't expect them to do it so quickly, but here we see it happen already, right here. Taking down the mid tower, almost going to be able to take it down. But here Nunu comes in with the Blood Boy onto Caitlyn, and yes,
no problem.
No problem at all. And Mundo will be taking down the half HP as well. And here Ezreal and Sona are going to try to put up the aggression onto the top lane as well. Going to make it a 1-for-1 trade.
I like the trade, to be honest, but they are going up top now and they need to back away from things. Rengar immediately switching back to the bottom so they can go up against Jace. Now, Rengar against Jace, Rengar did have a little bit better time farming than Jace did. So, in fact, the Heart of Gold is already being bought on Rengar, but on the other hand, we do see a Doran's Blade being bought by Jace, so I'm not so sure about that.
Yes. So you're just going to see right now where Heimerdinger will go, but yes, he's still going to hold on to his minion, but here we can see Stanley being a boss, moving on to base already. Yes, doing the aggression. Yes, right there. Right now, Rengar beats out almost anyone as long as he can stay in the brush.
Yeah,
and be unseen.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
But look at this. Immediately pressure onto the top turret. Nobody is close enough to actually respond, and Ezreal is not at 6 yet to send out an Alchemy Barrage.
The promote is up for mistake, but they do not have the minion to be able to use it. But still, look at that. We've just
Half-life.
Yes,
gone
more than half actually, instantaneously, I would have to say. And there we've just the One's Blade and the Berserker Greaves, the addition of Blood Boy and the 2 mastery points right there used on to the offense and defense. Just going to be able to take down the towers so quickly and efficiently right there.
Sona being denied things again. Stop disturbing Sona, stop disturbing.
And not only that, I would mention that this is a variation / change on TPA side because we heard of CLG and they use a 3 teleport 1 promote strategy, and here we only see 2. But here we see a dive coming on.
Look at that, the amount of damage. Oh, the flash by Matt, I don't think so that was wise at all. The resonating strike connects. The kick flying everybody away, but oh my god, Lil Boss is going all the way in. TPA brings them all down. That was a good job there.
And that kill ties the overall goal already right there. Very good job by TPA right there, I would say.
I mean, it's a good thing on the side of Bangkok Titans as well, simply because they are able to... The farm is about the same based on the kills that's out there, but Taipei Assassins is going up ahead here simply because they have Rengar. Rengar can easily deal with many creeps instantly, just, the double
It's
W.
raw twice.
It's raw twice and yeah.
Right, for raw, I think. Not sure.
Battle raw, I was mistaken. But yeah, basically that's what it is. Rengar, I would say, has a faster creep wave clearing potential. God, that was.
I would say Rengar does have it faster, just spamming 2 skills at that point of time. But at the same time, it does not take any mana.
Yes.
But for Jace, do it. He needs to open Assassin Gate, use the power shot. But here we see look at the damage being dealt out onto skills by
Even
Stanley.
the smack to the face wasn't very much nothing out there. Now we did see the early dragon being taken. It was about the 8-minute mark. So all the extra gold are going to Taipei Assassins, and they are climbing up slightly ahead of definitely Bangkok Titans though. But what Bangkok Titans needs to do right now is they need to shut down Heimerdinger.
Yes, but it's not going to be easy. And here we see Stanley actually going to try to dive in.
Nice, I like that. Very nice.
Skills is actually in a bad position right now. Stanley does have the ability to leap in, and here he goes. He goes to leap in and get the kill right there instantly after getting the full charges. And here we see Matt trying to go down to the bot lane as well, trying to go to fight 1v1 onto Stanley, but no, it's not going to be a good trade. You can't really do it that much against a Rengar, unless all his skills are on cooldown.
Aside that, we also do have the entire creep wave that was attacking onto Mundo, so Mundo was just receiving continuous damage there already. So
yes, here we see Ezreal and Sona moving to mid, abandoning the top tower. Not sure what's happening right there.
Perhaps they thought that they had the opportunity to kill out Heimerdinger and they wanted to go up.
Yeah, it did not happen. But actually going to sacrifice the top tower, I believe. Right now, we can see Jace moving on to the top, going to get as much farm as he can. And Matt moving on to the blue, getting as much level as well as farm as he can, as Katarina doesn't need the blue. And here we see Ezreal moving on to the bot with Sona slowly, but Rengar is going to teleport back to the base, I believe. And yes, he does. And sorry, because there was a fight, I got disturbed without explanation. So instead of getting 3 teleports, we do see the 2 teleports instead and one
promote.
One promote. In addition, I would say for Stanley, not taking another teleport but taking Ignite. At the same time, it's much better in that sense because with just 3 teleports, there's nothing much you can do in terms of overall team fight. There won't be enough damage, or you can solve a certain sustain or land the last hit with the kills. So changing off that, in terms of Rengar does have the high mobility with his ultimate dipping through the brushes, and how swiftly he can take down towers, as well as killing his lane off. And we saw just now what happened. I think Ignite is a very good choice, and Rengar is definitely
definitely better than Teleport. They already have 2 very strong things out there. Now, yikes, no mana whatsoever. The top looks like it's going to be a kill. Katrina's going to come in and possibly assist on top.
It's fine. Stanley's ultimate is almost up, and he's just going to move back right there. Yep.
Well, the moment he saw Katrina, he started to turn around and be like, nope, I don't want to get into this. I don't want to possibly go in for a kill, but then give Katrina the additional kill in end, because that's one thing that they definitely do not want. What we saw initially when Katrina shampoo across the wall and started her Death Lotus, many teams had to both flash away out of everything, and that wasn't all that great. Now looks like BKT is going to take 1 turret in return, but TPA is already pushing the bottom turret, and the second one, they don't even get the mid turret, to be honest.
This is the boss.
Wow.
Being the man with balls right there, just kicking into 4 people and just running off that, no problem. And here we see, no problem at all, we're going to see God JJ and Mistake going to try to take down the tower, but no, they're going to fall back quite a bit because they don't have enough wards and do spot the mid. BKT's players in the mid has decided to move back, and here we can see right now with just this pushing strategy, taking on 3 towers and initial dragon, you do see that they're in a 3.5k lead in terms of overall gold, and it's just coming from the towers in the early stages right now.
Yeah, for those of you who are experiencing a little bit of lag at the moment, I'm not exactly sure why that is happening, but it seems to be a little bit of a connectivity issue.
Yes, and we can see a teleport coming on to top right there. God JJ going, wow!
Look at the amount of setup that they had there.
And sorry for the lag. If you guys are experiencing it, it's because we are in Malaysia. We have a very bad ISP. Shh, don't tell me I say that. Even though I'm using the same ISP. Yeah, that's why there's always these connectivity issues that happen once in a while. But right now, as we're checking the stats of the connection, it should have turned back fine, and the lag should stop. If it's still lagging, if you can hear me, please refresh your stream, and it should be fine. And here we see right there, beautifully played here right now with all of TPA at the top lane except for Heimerdinger. We're going to move on to skills right now. Moving into the brush is not going to help you, but it's going to help Stanley instead jump onto you easier, but there's no way for him to run. Here the Ice Ball takes up the kill right there onto the Nuno. And here they dive onto Stanley. It's not going to be a good choice.
Crescendo.
Stanley will be able to take out a lot of damage, and here we see Little Boss be able to be taken out. And
very nice there. I actually, that Crescendo was very, very good on the side of Sona right there. Knocking out 4 entire them. God JJ goes down as well, so I mean, great job there on the side of Bangkok Titans. It is 4-4 once again.
Yes, but they're going to lose the tower.
Yeah, they are going to lose that tower. They can possibly take out mid tower if they want to. It's something that they need to calculate out there. with Heimerdinger's mini turrets being placed out there.
And just take a look at the health, and here we see the tower going down, and Heimerdinger not going to fall back because he does see four members of Mega Titans at the mid lane, and here we see he's going to go and finally stop him. But we did see that overall, just because of the kills happening, but taking down the tower is just going to move back into, make it back neutral, I would have to say. And here we're going to see Toy is going to try to run away from Jace. Is going to be
nice.
Very nicely placed.
Very neat.
Blind and stun. And here we see Toys waiting into the brush. He's going to walk out, going to try to juke, but nope, it's not going to be enough. You're moving too slow, Heimerdinger. Your head's too heavy for you, and he just gets killed.
I mean, he pretty much knew that he was going to die, but perhaps he could delay. Yeah, that's what they would want to do. So yeah,
definitely. But here we see 5 towers being taken in 14 minutes, moving into the 50 mini marks very soon, where the second dragon as well as the Baron will be coming out very quickly, and we're just going to see how TPA takes on this advantage of all the lanes pushing. The dragon is going to be an easy take for them, and Mistake with the Oracles right now being very aggressive, just moving around the warding.
They want to deny vision. They want to be out there. This is what they need to do to basically win out the game and shove Bangkok Titans. They don't want to go super aggressive and do what had happened there. They thought they had the advantage because they were ahead. But one very good crescendo by Sona would shut them down. Immediately, Death Lotus can come up from Katrina and decimate so many players onto the team at the very same time. So that's not exactly what they want to do.
So we see a two-man dragon, and here we see Sona and Mac trying to move in. Or nope, actually, Little Boss and Mistake decides to stop hitting the dragon, going to fall back. He's going to try to delay a bit, and here we see Rengar going to spot Jace onto the top, and here we see a fight going on. There goes the jump, there goes the red buff rocking, and here goes the trade of hits, and here he goes jumping again, and there goes the knockback, doing almost no damage at all onto Jace, but Jace is only going to lose more than half health. If he does move in to help out his team into this fight and Rengar does follow up, it's going to be ratch easy for them. Here we see Little Boss using his smite onto the blue, actually stealing it away. And right now, if BKT does go for Dragon, they do have an advantage as the smite is down for TPA side. So we're going to see what they are going to do. But Rengar not opting to move so fast with his team, going to opt to push mid right there because he knows that if the whole thing comes into his face, he still has the ability to run away very easily. And here we see the wards being taken out one by one, but here we see Stanley still being the boss right there, poking onto the tower, waiting for minions to come, knowing that they are still at the dragon, now moving into position from behind. You see the red team has taken the dragon because of the smite, as I did mention earlier, but here we see the kill going on to Jace. No, it does not let us. Here the Death Lotus just jump onto Mistake. Here Mistake with the ulti taking down everyone down here. As Juice ulti also taking people down, but here Little Boss and Stanley is just going to finish up the clear up crew with together of toys right there. It's going to be an ace in the advantage of Taipei Assassins. And here, right now, they're going to move into the mid lane and push down the mid turret. At the same time, the top lane turret will take out quite a bit of damage as the minions are stacking up there. Oh, no! Toy is actually teleporting down to the bottom. Did he? Or did he walk down to the bottom?
No, he actually walked down to the bottom lane out there.
I thought he was moving to the mid. I saw it wrongly, maybe.
He decided to change his mind a little bit right
here
there.
We see all the ranged minions right there doing tons and tons of damage onto the melee minions, but here Jace is really out to defend it, but here we see Stanley just gonna be, it's mine, there's nothing you can do. And Mundo dying the early oracles once again after Mistake. He take a few wards, but definitely just losing it so early is not such a good sign, as well as just 40 gold wasted, I would have to say.
Yeah.
But you seem not interested, you seem distracted. Are you more interested in yourself?
No, I'm actually thinking of how Bangkok Titans can possibly come back in this. Now, in the last engagement, it didn't really go in their favor simply because they were a little bit scattered. They weren't actually focused on bringing down specific targets.
Not only that, it was because even before they entered the fight, Jace was already at half health.
Yes.
Being brought down.
That's the additional thing out there, but then again, the positioning weren't all that great. Now, in order for this Baron fight to go into their favor and to make sure that they get either an ace or to manage to steal out the Baron, it's going to be actually pretty much difficult at this point in time. But I still think it's possible. Now, we do see that Sona does have Crescendo, and she could possibly make something happen here if they all are clumped up together.
But one thing bad, one thing good for TPA side will be Heimerdinger. If his both turrets are planted on and he uses his ulti before Crescendo lands, then there will be no problem at all.
It will have no problem in fact there. But look at all its spokes that's going out there. Bangkok Titans once again being separated. They do see that Rengar is pushing all the way at the bottom there, and he's happily pushing. Nobody's really stopping him. And immediately the Taipei Assassins are responding by taking the Baron.
There goes
thing
the
does go down, but they can't do anything.
Down so quickly, as this is an early Baron. Baron's help is not that much. That's his high damage. And here we see Ezreal's ulti
just
trying
barely
to swap,
missing it.
but definitely not going to be enough. And here we see that
It's not going to be enough.
Yup. There goes a free Baron, I would say. It was, I would say it was, okay, let me change that. It wasn't free, it was a well-planned Baron by Taipei Assassins.
It was a distraction by Rengar, and the moment that Bangkok Titans responded to Rengar, they knew that, you know what, I can do whatever I want here, and they decided, you know what, let's just go for Baron.
Yes. They do not have the August anymore, so even if the whole team comes onto him, he can just press his ultimate and just stand there for 2 seconds to fully invi and just choose to either run or just stand there and try to kill someone if he really wants to distract them even much longer.
And the same thing is going on here, a dub push.
And Rengar, this is something Rengar does very well as well.
Oh god, JJ gets caught out.
JJ gets caught out and he does go down, but here the kick from Little Boss gonna push all of them away. They should stop chasing both of them. They're pushing.
They're gonna be sandwiched.
It's gonna be sandwiched. Here we see the ball being pointed out by Toys, and here we see the Rengar jumping onto Zervas, instantly bursting him down. Here Katarina is gonna be taken down as well. There goes the double kill for Stanley, but here Toys might go down. Yes, he will go down, and here we see that everyone else is just being slowly taken down by the other members of TPA. They use everything already just to take out the Caitlyn.
Yeah.
And they decided to chase the whole team while Heimerdinger and Rengar was on behind pushing
It was simply map awareness. It wasn't actually aware of what was going on. They should have seen that on the side of Taipei Assassins, they were backing away from the bottom turret. They were going towards the mid and wanted to take.
And here we see God JJ after dying instantly teleporting into the top lane directly, pushing, helping his teammates, no problem at all. And they're gonna move to the top very quickly because the top minions are there already. And this might be a second tower for the Taipei Assassins right there. And here God JJ using the maximum full use of his range trying to poke the opponents away, but here is forced to fall back already as everyone spawned out. And JJ actually hitting the wall right there.
God JJ. Nice. Bangkok Titans, Leah.
Yes.
So strong. They're forcing the flash away now. Once again, acceleration gate is going up. Will Katrina going for a second kill? Now Skills in fact gets it. But we do see Lee Sin there. Lee Sin has a ward that he can possibly jump to, and that's what he's exactly going to do.
That's a miscalculation by God JJ. I think he didn't think he would hit the wall.
Yeah.
And that actually caused his death right there. Or here we see Bill Boss being a boss right there.
Rengar responding,
jumping in.
Katrina, clean up beauty. Hall, Isle second.
Look at Stanley just poking twice, taking all the hits and only taking out. And here we see Stanley tried to move in for the kill, I believe, but instead chose to move out. Here moving on to Matt instead. And let's take a look at Stanley's stacks. Here he has 8 stacks already built up. So he does have 2 of the bonus. If he just gets 1 more kill, he'll get the extra lead reach. Here we see Toys being a bit over-aggressive.
Katrina for the kill.
Katrina for the kill. Wow, not sure what was happening right there. He did teleport in, but he thought maybe no one else was there. He could take down the kill onto Ezreal, but Katrina was there to follow up.
No, he didn't actually teleport in. He actually walked up to the bush that he walked into the back.
Oh, he's so tiny, I can't even see him move. I'm like, I thought I saw him somewhere else, and he suddenly appears where I don't see him at all. So thank you for correcting me right there. I'm like, oh, I see always there, I don't see him at all. It just appears randomly.
So yeah, I mean, Bangkok Titans holding their own, I would say. They are trading lots of kills here. And what's happening with your trading kills is that everybody's getting fed, but nobody's actually really pushing.
Yes.
So that's good.
Oh, I would have to say. And here we see
it's running away.
Not going to be able to run away, definitely, with the ice ball being poked out. And here, boy, there goes. Just by normal attacks right there. IE Zil almost going to complete a PD just so he poking down. But here, Mystic will go down. Nope. His ice ball once again saves and he got JJ just moving back. Most probably going to be able to plant a trap soon, but no, he uses his net.
90 caliber net, very good there.
Net right there, and they do fall safely.
It's really bad.
They need to be distracted so long.
GA Rengar.
The base. Here Rengar standing, getting stunned, but no.
Nice Crescendo.
It's going to be standing in the middle of the damage right there, taking out every single one by one. And here now moving and jumping onto
Sona.
Because he does have the lead bonus right there because of the kill he got, getting 9 stacks, will he be able to jump so far. And here with 12 stacks, just with 2 more kills, going to be able to actually complete all the 14 trophies. But I believe this is going to be... Oh, he might have a chance actually because they're still at the low level. And here we see Stanley actually going to be a boss jumping onto skills right there. And wow, actually going to try going for the kill. There goes 13 stacks right there on the bow tooth necklace, which is a rare sight to see on a high competitive play game. You normally don't see Rengar buy the item at all at this point. And here it goes. It's going to definitely be the GG Absolute Zero being tossed out. And here not being able to complete the last stack right there, which I'm quite sad to see for Stanley. But here it goes, the GG wild play and the Nexus being taken down.